After their heavy win over Sporting CP in the UEFA Champions League in midweek, it was another 5 goals for Arsenal, this time in the Premier League as they thrashed West Ham. Bukayo Saka, Kai Havertz and Martin Odegaard were among the goals as Mikel Arteta's Gunners purred in East London. Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Emerson got the hosts' goals, but it was a torrid afternoon for Julen Lopetegui's men. Bukayo Saka starred as a rampant Arsenal moved into second spot in the Premier League table with a thumping 5-2 victory over a woeful West Ham at the London Stadium. The Gunners, who won 6-0 in this fixture last season, were utterly dominant from the kick-off once again and roared into a 4-goal lead inside 36 minutes courtesy of strikes from Gabriel, Leandro Trossard, Martin Odegaard penalty and Kai Havertz. West Ham looked beleaguered but somehow halved the deficit with 2 goals in 2 minutes. First, Aaron Wan-Bissaka fired a low strike home at the near post and then Emerson whipped a sublime free kick in off the crossbar. The Hammer supporters suddenly ignited in hope of an unlikely comeback, but they were dealt a dose of reality in first-half stoppage time when the excellent Saka converted Arsenal's second penalty of the evening. Arsenal managed the game following the restart in a low-key second half that was in stark contrast to the excitement of the first 45. The result moves the second-placed Gunners to within 6 points of leaders Liverpool, who face champions Manchester City on Sunday. Next up, West Ham, who stay 14th, visit Leicester City on Tuesday night. Arsenal host Manchester United on Wednesday. The return of Martin Odegaard has certainly inspired Arsenal into the sort of form that saw the Gunners go close to Premier League title glory last term. There's work to be done at this juncture, but this latest win cuts the gap to the summit and cranks up the heat on Liverpool and Manchester City ahead of the clash between the leaders and the champions at Anfield on Sunday. Arteta has already played some mind games heading into this weekend by suggesting a Liverpool drop-off will come eventually and his Gunners side certainly have a run of fixtures leading into the new year that could and should see them put together a winning streak. Indeed, according to their current schedule, the Gunners play 11 of their next 12 matches in London, which could be a blessing in terms of recovery time and travel given the quick turnaround of games at this time of year. There was a brief lapse at the end of the first half, but overall this was Arsenal back to their free-scoring best, with 13 goals at home and abroad within a week and a clear hunger for the job of hunting down Liverpool. Player of the match Bukayo Saka Arsenal. The 23-year-old's goal involvements for the season continue to flourish with 2 more assists and a goal from the spot helping to cap a superb all-round display. Arsenal scored 5 goals away from home for the second time in a week as they swept West Ham aside 5-2 at London Stadium on Saturday. Having thrashed Sporting CP 5-1 in the UEFA Champions League in midweek, it was back to Premier League action and more of the same. All 7 goals in the game came in a chaotic first half, with Gabriel Magalhaes, Leandro Trossard, Martin Odegaard, Kai Havertz and Bukayo Saka finding the net for the Gunners. West Ham briefly showed some fight with goals from Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Emerson, but Julen Lopetegui's men slumped to their 4th home league defeat of the season. It was a bright start from the visitors, with the familiar sight of Gabriel heading in a soccer corner to give Arsenal the lead. Since the start of last season, Arsenal's 20 goals from corners and Gabriel's 5 from corners are both the most by a team and a single player in the Premier League. Mikel Arteta's men had the Hammers penned in and a moment of class doubled their lead inside the first half hour when Odegaard clipped a lovely ball into the path of Saka, who unselfishly squared for Trossard to tap in at the far post. Odegaard converted a penalty after Saka was felled in the box to make it 3, before Havertz ran onto a long pass from Trossard to score with ease after Max Kilman misjudged the flight of the ball. West Ham didn't record their first shot of the game until the 38th minute, but it turned out to be a good one as Wan-Bissaka ran onto Carlos Soler's pass to pull one back and score his second goal in a week. That was almost immediately followed by Emerson bending in a free kick off the underside of the bar to bring the deficit back to 2. All inside the first 40 minutes. Lopetegui's men conceded again from the spot just before halftime though after Lukas Fabianski inadvertently made contact with Gabriel as he tried to punch a corner clear. The Polish goalkeeper almost kept Saka's penalty out, but the Gunners went in 5-2 up at the break. It was only the 4th Premier League game to see 7 goals in the first half, but that was the end of the excitement as the second half played out with one team wanting to avoid further punishment and the other happy to see out the win. Arsenal move up to second ahead of leaders Liverpool's clash with champions Manchester City on Sunday. Our Opta Match Centre delivers you all the West Ham vs Arsenal stats from their Premier League meeting at London Stadium. The Match Centre below includes team and player stats, expected goals data, passing networks, an Opta chalkboard and more. It gives you everything you need to do your own match analysis. Underneath the Match Centre you can find the official Opta stats on the game as well. West Ham vs Arsenal post-match facts. Arsenal have scored 5 goals in 5 different away games in all competitions in 2024, the joint most in a single calendar year by an English top-flight side, along with Sunderland in 1892 and Manchester City in 1937. West Ham conceded 5 goals in the first half of a Premier League game for the first time. They've conceded more goals than any other side in the top flight in 2024, 68, shipping 5 goals on 4 occasions. Arsenal have now scored 60 Premier League away goals against West Ham, the first side to score 60 on the road against a single opponent in the competition. Gabriel has scored 17 Premier League goals, the most of any defender since his debut in the competition in September 2020. 10 of these have come in London derbies, the highest percentage of any player in Premier League history. 59-minute 15 goals. The London Stadium is set to host a highly anticipated clash as West Ham United take on Arsenal in an all-London affair. Fans can expect an electric atmosphere as two teams with plenty to prove go head-to-head. Here's everything you need to know ahead of this must-watch showdown. Arsenal battling selection woes. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal come into this game with a few headaches in defence. Ben White and Takahiro Tomiyasu are ruled out, while Gabriel Magalhaes is a major doubt after picking up a knock during their midweek European tie against Sporting. On the bright side, captain Martin Odegaard is back in action. His dominant display in the 3-0 victory over Nottingham Forest last weekend highlighted Arsenal's attacking prowess when he's on the pitch. With Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Jesus, and Odegaard firing on all cylinders, the Gunners look to carry their momentum into this derby. West Ham United resilience and key returns. David Moyes' West Ham side have shown flashes of brilliance in recent games and will be bolstered by the return of Edson Alvarez from suspension. However, Mohamed Kudus is still serving his ban and striker Niklas Füllkrug remains a doubt due to an Achilles injury. Jean-Claire Todibo, who picked up a knock against Newcastle, is expected to recover in time. West Ham's defence will need to be at its sharpest to contain Arsenal's relentless attack. The Hammers will also rely on their physicality and set-piece prowess to exploit any weaknesses in Arsenal's backline. Prediction: Arsenal's edge in a tight contest. West Ham's gritty performance at St James Park earlier this week will give them confidence, but Arsenal present a tougher challenge. The Gunners have rediscovered their form and look sharp both offensively and defensively. West Ham's best chance lies in maintaining a compact defensive structure and capitalising on set pieces, but Arsenal's depth and creativity give them the upper hand. Expect a closely fought battle, with Arsenal narrowly edging it by a goal or two. Head-to-head, the rivalry rekindled. Matches between West Ham and Arsenal have a history of delivering drama and goals. Arsenal's recent dominance in this fixture makes them favourites, but the Hammers have pulled off surprises in the past. Both sets of fans will be eager to see their teams deliver in this heated rivalry. Conclusion: this London derby promises excitement, intensity, and high stakes. Arsenal need a win to stay in the title race, while West Ham look to solidify their mid-table position and keep European hopes alive. As the two teams prepare for battle, all eyes will be on the London Stadium. Will Arsenal